So I have a little bit more advice for the GOP, considering our current situation. And the things that I'm going to say are maybe a little unconventional, but I ask you to consider that the fate of your country stands in balance, and it's important right now to remember that we are fighting a war, and we're going to be engaged in wartime spending. And one of the things that we have to consider with that is what is your enemy? What does your enemy want? Give them what they want. Why not? Why not allow them the achievements that they desire, as long as they're not restricting other people? Agree to any type of constructive effort rather than destructive efforts, and pay for those constructive efforts. And say, hey, when they take down your fuel lines, you can say, hey, wait a minute. You have to remember that's helping some of our people. We're totally for helping your people too and doing it green. But well, we still got this. Let's keep these people employed and we can work them off of it over time. Come up with something that's reasonable, something that's dialectical. Now is the time to practice that dialectics. But you have to make sure that in compromise you get what you want as well. And make that a spin on something that they want. Find a way to make that to your advantage with whatever piece of legislation it is. Find a way to serve your population, which is being oppressed, and never forget your soldiers who are in the field being oppressed. They need your support. They need your support. I'd also say to the GOP, and why not? Why look at this new party as competition? And why not cooperate with them? There's no rules against that. There's no rules against both parties working in conjunction with each other. There's no rules that say, hey, you can't have this mailing list. Are there rules that say that? I don't know. Maybe those are ridiculous rules. Isn't there a way to deal with that? Can't you work in coordination to figure out how to do all this? Isn't there a legal way? Can't you sit down with a bunch of lawyers and figure that out and work to empower each other as allies on a battlefield? Because we're fighting for America right now, and everybody's got to wake the fuck up and just realize that's what's fucking happening right now. My message to the GOP is to take what you're doing very fucking seriously. Because people are going to be on the field suffering in ways you cannot even imagine. We got to work together. You're going to have to spend a lot of money, and stop resisting that idea and just spend it. Just choke it the fuck down. It's going to take what it's going to take, and we will find a way to deal with that. There are solutions. Don't be afraid of it. We'll figure it out. There are times where you have to move past principles in life in order to compromise. This is one of those times. And when I say compromise, what I'm talking about is we're trying to find a way to end this war. Now, before it even begins. How do we find an end to it? What do they want? Give them everything that they want, as long as it's constructive, not destructive. Stay with that. Don't allow them to destroy another race to enable to build themselves. Give them what they want and allow them to stand with us rather than standing against us and on top of us, because that's what their ego requires, because they're fucked. That's one person ravaging another person's psychology. That's evil as fuck. It's just evil. You got to stop the evil. And the way we're going to stop the evil is by finding a way to give everyone what they need to move past this. It's essential and critical to the future of our country that you hear my words.